internal temperature of winding, it is to be done in case of transformer maximum. So normally for distribution transformer up to 500 kVA, there is a temperature gauge, it is fitted on the transformer itself, which shows the temperature. So we can just near the conservator tank, this temperature indicator is installed, and we can read the temperature, so that will give the temperature of winding. Now, so far as internal temperature of winding is concerned, this can be measured with the help of infrared thermometers or pyrometers, which can be measure the temperature of winding from distant place. So in this case, in the running condition of the transformer, the temperature of the winding can be measured with the help of pyrometers or infrared thermometers. So this is used for that. Then vacuum impregation is to be used for cotton insulation and the paper insulation. So that is vacuum impregation plant is there, in which whatever insulating material is required in form of liquid, it is filled up with in the chamber, and a vacuum is created in the chamber, and then whatever material is to be insulated, cotton or paper, it is filled up in that, and with a rotatory action, the whole system will rotate along with that drum. So this will give the impregnation on the each part of the different type of insulation, whether paper or cotton insulation, they are completely impregnated, means a layer of insulation is covered on this. So again this impregnation plant is used for vacuum impregation for the cotton and paper insulation. Then again there is a question of drying of the insulation arise. So we have to use the different types of ovens or furnaces as per the required. Furnace is normally not used because it is operating on the very high temperature. So we normally use the ovens. Ovens, they are heated up at a constant temperature, which is required as per the requirement of the particular type of insulation, and then we can put up for its drying. So drying of insulation is required only in case of when you have to go for impregation plant or use of impregation. Now, as I have told you, the oil is one of the insulation material which is used for all type of power equipments. Apart from transformer, it is also used in case of different types of instrument transformer like CT, PT and other types of breaker, in which bulk oil circuit breaker is there, minimum oil circuit breakers are there. So these are the different types of breakers in which oil is used. So as I have told you, the insulation level of oil is decided by its dielectric value. So dielectric strength can be measured by oil testing kit, in which there are two electrodes, and in these two electrodes we can keep the testing purpose 1 millimeter gap, in some case 2 millimeter gap, and we just increase the voltage according to the use of a transformer which is mounted on that is auto transformer, and we gradually increase the voltage of that particular across the electrode, which in which in between that the oil is filled up. So there is a breakdown voltage when come, then there is a cracking sound is produced in that oil, and the conduction will break. So this is the value that is called the dielectric strength of the oil. So oil have so many other qualities or properties which are to be taken into account, but this is only in case when it is required, then only we have to put up this particular type of qualities or the properties of the oil. Normally, from dielectric strength, we have to go for other testing of the oil, and in other testing of the oil, there is a flash test. Flash test means at what temperature the oil catch fire. So we have to put the oil in a bowl, and it is heated up with the help of some heating arrangement, and when the oil catch fire at particular temperature, then it is called the flash point of the oil. Then viscosity of the oil, it is to be measured with the in the chemistry lab. So in this particular value of viscosity of the oil can be calculated. So here I am giving as per Indian Standard 335 1972 what are the properties of the oil and their corresponding value. So oil, first we have to check the appearance. So appearance of the oil, it should be clear and transparent and free from any type of impurities. It is the appearance test. Then second is the density of the oil at 27 degree centigrade maximum. It is comes out to be 0.89 gram per cubic centimeter. This is the density of the oil, that is transformer oil. Then next is the kinematic viscosity of the oil maximum at the temperature of 27 degree centigrade. It is 27 CST. CST is the unit of the viscosity. Then the same viscosity, if we have to measure above sub-zero value temperature, then this is under consideration. That value, it is also coming under the same capacity, that is 27 CST. Then fourth property of the oil we have to take, that is interfacial tension at 27 degree centigrade minimum. So interfacial tension, it is coming out to be 0.04 Newton per meter. This is interfacial tension. It is also called 10 delta value of the oil. So 10 delta means interfacial tension of the oil, it is 0.04 Newton per meter. Then we have to discuss the flash point of the oil. So flash point of the oil, it is 104 degree centigrade. Means pure oil of the transformer, when it is tested for flash point, then it should catch fire at the flash of the flame, it is appear at 104 degree Celsius or centigrade. Then flash point by another method, in the cold condition, it is also used for transformer pour point, which is maximum is pour point, means at which transformer become solidified, transformer oil can be solidified at the temperature which is known as the pour point, which is maximum minus 10 degree centigrade. So at minus 10 degree centigrade, the oil become solid, or solidification of oil is started. Then neutralize value of the acidity test. In this, the oil testing, the acid content in the oil, it is permissible up to 0.03 milligram KOH per gram. So this is the neutralizing value of the acidity of the oil, that it is it should be neutralized with this amount of the KOH solution, that is 0.03 milligram per gram of QH. Then next value of the oil we have to take, that is the corrosive action against the iron part of the transformer or any equipment in which the oil is filled up. So this particular oil is non-corrosive if it is used with copper strips. Means if it is in contact with the copper strips or copper layer inside the internal chamber, then the oil will be non-corrosive. But if it is used with the steel chamber or iron chamber, then corrosion effect will be there. Then we have to find out the another value of the oil, that is specific resistance. The specific resistance of the oil at 90 degree centigrade minimum, the value is 13 into 10 to the power 12 centimeter, or ohm centimeter is the unit of specific resistance. So at 90 degree temperature, the oil should have the value of 13 into 10 to the power 12 ohm centimeter. Then same value if we measure at 27 degree centigrade minimum, then its value will be 500 into 10 to the power 18 ohm centimeter. So this is the value of the specific resistance of the oil. Then dielectric strength, as I have told you, at particular temperature of 90 degree or 27 degree, there is the value slightly vary. It is varies from 40 kV per centimeter to 60 kV per centimeter. Then dielectric dissipating factor, this is one of the factor which is measured at 90 degree centigrade. It is also called 10 delta value of the oil, which is 0.005. This is the value of the 10 delta for the oil, that is dielectric dissipating factor. The interfacial tension, it is also, I have told you just now this property, it is also sometimes called 10 delta value, but 10 delta value actually measure in terms of this dielectric dissipation factor. Then percentage addition of the stability, then percentage is 10 value of the stability of the oil under different temperature. It is given according to the acid content in the oil. The acid content in the oil, it is neutralized by 0.04 mg QOH per gram. So this is the value of the oxidation stability of the oil. This is a chemical property, of course. Then total sludge after oxidation. Now what happens when there is a decomposition of oil takes place at high temperature, or in the case of any fault occur on the system, that a fault current will also flow through the winding of the transformer, and it is overheated, and because it is surrounded with the oil, so oil get decomposed, so sludge formation is there. So in that case, the sludge formation value for the maximum oxidation condition, it is 0.10% of the oil by weight, means 0.01% by weight. It is the value of the sludge formation in case of oxidation takes place due to decomposition or overheating of the oil under fault conditions. So this is these are the number of oil properties of oil I have taken, in which the last property is that the water content of the oil maximum permitted 50 parts per million. So this is the normal case if the oil is not contained humidity or the water in it, but a permissible range that can be permitted, it is 50 ppm. That value of water content is the maximum value. After that, the oil required reclamation, means we have to remove the moisture of the oil. So these are the different characteristic of the oil which I have discussed. They are about 12 to 14. So you normally you have to memorize all these values according to their standards, so that for a pure oil which is under working condition, it should have these type of readings or these type of values for the different thing. As I have told you, that we required measurement of temperature of the winding, that is the internal temperature of winding. So I have already told you that for winding temperature measurement we use the pyrometer or infrared thermometer, so that from distance place you can measure the temperature of the winding of the temperature. In case of power transformer, which they are rating in terms of MVA, but for distribution transformer their rating is below 500 kVA. Here we use ordinary thermometer which is fitted above conservator tank, and the temperature of the oil along with the temperature of the winding, that can be read directly from this mercury thermometer. So these are the two methods. For power transformer, there is we have to use pyrometer, or for case of distribution transformer less than 500 kVA, we use mercury thermometer, which is fitted on the conservator tank or on the side of conservator tank, so that it directly give the binding temperature. Now in this, the last point is filtering of insulating oil, testing of insulating oil. So testing of the insulating oil, I have given whatever these 10 to 12 properties of oil I have given. Each properties are tested in chemistry lab, and the values, standard value I have already given. So you compare all these by this standard value. Now filtration of oil, it is one of the process. Whenever the dielectric strength of the transformer oil, it is goes below the value of 40 kV per centimeter, in that case we have to recommend the oil for filtration. So there are two type of filtration machine. One is a portable filtration machine which is work online, means it is also called online filter, and one static machine is there which is always available at the substation. So that is offline filter. Means online filter means transformer is charged, under that condition this machine is connected with the transformer inlet and outlet of the oil feeding points, and the oil circulate through this online machine or portable online machine, and filtration takes place while transformer is also in running condition. In second case, when transformer is off, it is say shutdown is taken for the maintenance of the whole transformer. At that time we use the offline filter machine, and in that case the oil again by the same process it is flow through the pipeline to the inlet to the outlet, and there is some chemicals is used for the demoisturization of this, and there is also we use different type of filters as well as heaters. So oil pass through filter and heaters, and this will improve its value of the dielectric strength up to above 50 kV per centimeter. So when it is the value obtained above 50 kV per centimeter, then we can say that this oil can be reused rather in the same transformer. If value is not improved by number of filtration type of activities taken on the online filter or the offline filter, if the value of the transformer oil is not improved what we required, that is above 50 kV per centimeter, then this oil should be removed or replaced by other fresh oil. So these are all the points which I have discussed in this chapter. Again I brief this particular chapter number 4, in which we have discussed what are the points: insulation, testing and maintenance. This is the subject 4 topic heading is there, in which we have discussed instruments used for measuring insulation resistance, that is Megger, which I have already discussed yesterday. I have also given its diagram on your WhatsApp group. Similarly, I have given the diagram of the online filter machine of the oil on the your WhatsApp group. So you take this particular diagram from that. Normally in exam filtration plant it is a so big diagram, so it is never asked in the exam so far, I think, because it is very big diagram is there. But for your understanding how it work, how it look, I have given the diagram. So we have done instruments used for measuring insulation resistance, reasons for deterioration of the insulation resistance, what are the reasons due to which the insulation resistance become deteriorated. So these causes I have also told you in different type of stresses which is there on insulation, that is thermal stress, mechanical stress, chemical stress. So all these type of things which deteriorated the quality of the insulation. Then we have discussed the improvement of the insulation resistance, how it can be done. So for that also I have given the explanation for this yesterday. Then we have discussed drying of insulation. So drying of insulation, it is only required in case of motor rewinding or fan rewinding, in case where we use insulating varnish for dipping the insulation, the winding in particular insulation varnish. So for drying of that we use the different types of ovens according to requirement and the current this temperature setting. So this is the process of drying of insulation, which can be done either with the help of oven, or in some small cases we also use a 200-watt bulb which can be put inside the stator after switching on it. So whatever heat produced by this 200 watts bulb, it is sprayed inside the stator of the motor, which is rewinded, and after 2 to 3 hours time this become dry, the insulating varnish become totally dry. So insulation drying is takes place. Then measurement of internal temperature of winding, as I have told you, 2 types of arrangement are there. One is for power transformer, that is pyrometer or the infrared thermometers are used, and for distribution transformer the mercury thermometers are used, which are installed on the near the conservator tank. So direct reading can be taken from that. So temperature gauge are also used. They are some mechanical type of arrangement based on the metal temperature expansion calibrated in terms of degree centigrade. So in that case we use also the temperature gauge for that purpose. So these are all things I have discussed. Along with that, vacuum impregation, there is a vacuum impregation plant is there. In this plant we can go for impregation, means putting a layer of insulation on cotton or paper insulation, that is called impregation process. So there is an impregation plant is there in which this particular action can be taken. So this finishes your topic number 4 in IMT, in which at least 2-3 questions are framed for examination point of view. They can ask what are the qualities of a good insulation. Then they can ask the question, what are the instruments required for measurement of insulation resistance, then quality of insulation, then write the name of different insulating materials, then how you define dielectric strength of the oil, and what are the other properties of insulating oil. You have to write down this. Then they ask a question on the filtration of oil, how the filtration of oil is done for reclamation. So this question is also can be prepared on this particular chapter. Then what are the methods of improving the insulation resistance of the oil. Similarly, they can ask what are the reasons for deterioration of the insulating oil, insulating resistance of the insulating material. So these type of questions are framed. They are simple questions, and maximum marks can be allotted either 5 marks, 6 marks, 2 marks, 3 marks. So like this, the small questions can be prepared on this particular topic, and you can easily solve it. So you go through my both lecture, yesterday lecture and today lecture, that complete things I have covered according to the content given in the topic number 4. According to all those content which I have discussed, you prepare the notes of it and study it properly. And if you have any type of questions or difficulty, then you can ask me on my number at any time. You can give the message to me, I will solve your problem. But maximum number of questions they will ask in that fashion which I have told you just now. Apart from this, if a long answer type question, if it is framed, then it may be a question of the measure, that draw the diagram of the measure and explain the method of measurement of insulation resistance. So this particular question if come in exam, or it is asked in exam, so this question may have 10 marks maximum, because along with the diagram you have to explain the process of measurement of insulation resistance. So this can be a big question can be framed in this topic. And topic of insulating oil filtration plant, it is a remote chance, because this particular diagram is very big diagram and it cannot be drawn in half an hour or 40-minute time, because 3 hours is the total time for solution of your question paper. So if such type of question asked which take alone 30 minutes to 40 minutes time in drawing the this complete diagram of the insulating oil filtration machine, so this type of question I think never asked in the exam, because they are very big. But for purpose of knowledge, you must have the diagram in your sketchbook, and total component parts are also given, and explanation of flow of oil is also shown in the diagram, how it can be done, this filtration of the oil. So you go through the diagram, and for practice you can prepare this diagram. It can be submitted by you on case of your minor project submission. You can prepare a diagram of this online insulating oil filtration machine on a drawing sheet, and properly laminate it and submit to the lab, so that it will be easy for explanation of the functioning whenever these offline classes will be run in the institute. So if you are having a lot of free time, so you can draw on one full sheets. On full sheet you draw this diagram of online filtration machine which I have given to you, and use also color pen, so represent different component as per your choice. And a good diagram as a minor project you can take for this particular subject. So this is a exercise which I have given to you. You do it and submit it whenever you come to the institute. So this finishes all of the points which are given in topic number 4 of insulation testing and maintenance. So this completes your topic number 4 in IMT. Next time I will take topic number 5, preventive maintenance and environmental pollution prevention. So this whatever content of this topic number 5, that I will discuss next time when I take this particular topic. So for today this is all sufficient and I have completed topic number 4. So far as in this particular subject I have completed 4 topics. Total topic we have to study 9. So almost 50% course we have done. So next time I will take the fifth topic, and fifth topic it is a again maximum theoretical part is there in this also, preventive maintenance and environmental pollution prevention. So what are the steps, what is the concept of preventive maintenance, advantage of preventive maintenance, schedule for transformer, induction motor, transmission line, circuit breaker and underground cables, what are the schedule of preventive maintenance. So these all will be discussed when I start this topic number 5. So for today this is all. Thank you very much.